Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for the follow, William. How you doing today? Alright, we are here with Dormant Realm Monday. I've got to get one individual into this fleet. Um, just need him to actually exit the fleet he's in. Hi, Tapzoid. Hi, Jenner. We're gonna get started here in a minute, but like I said, I'm just waiting on one particular individual to log in and exit their fleet. Alright, today I'm not using Bombard. I'm gonna stick with Aerospace this time around. Hi Dorky, how you doing today? Hey Joe Shone, how you doing today? Hi Snoopy, welcome, welcome. Ah, that's good. Well, if you do feel like joining any like level 6 dormant realms, I can take you through 4-6 if you need it. Hi Trills, how you doing today? Welcome. Wow, so many people here today. That is awesome. I enjoy Mondays. I like seeing you guys hanging out, having fun. Let's see here. Looks like I'm gonna have to find somebody else to get in here, so I'm gonna see if I can get Viper in here if he's online. Otherwise, I'll try to get maybe Trills in here. Alright. Trilla, which one am I getting for you? You're normal? Yeah, looks like you're normal. Oh, all capitals, huh? Okay, so wrong one. Ah, I see. see. Oh, give me a minute. I don't find the all caps Viper. Oh, space. Okay, here we go. We're gonna find it eventually. There we go. Once you exit your fleet, I will invite you. Give me just a minute here to get this back up and running. There we go. Alright, Viper, if you can exit your fleet, please. There we go. Alright, so that should be a full fleet ready to go. Let me just type the chat here. So I'm gonna be going until I get through the list of people, but, there are 9 spots that are currently being held for level 10s. And then after that, everything is going to be level 6s. So, depending on if somebody does not join, you could end up with level 10s, or you could end up in, level 6. Alright, everybody seems ready. Yep, well, I'll put your alt in level 6. Yeah, I actually have it on Discord right now. Oh, Tapzoid. Tapzoid, if you want to exit and then rejoin, I'll re-invite you. Yep, on Discord, I have the list of people and what fleet they were supposed to be in. There we go. I think in the future, that's a pretty good idea. If I can put them on screen somewhere, I'll try to do that. But yeah, right now it's all just on Discord that I'm using.
Undocking.
Yeah, pizza really is distracting, isn't it?
We're under attack.
Man, the consistent damage is so nice. I just really like aerospace compared to Bombard. There's a lot less to think about with aerospace. And the damage is still really good.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Who else do I have in here? Corin?
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
See if I can get this done pretty quick.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, that was a pretty good start. Nice and easy. Did anybody die? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do that. Gonna leave that one on there. Now, of course, I don't have Bombard level 45, so that is one of the downsides to this. If I can get level 45, it'll help just a little bit more. I also have to remember to equip and unequip this. Do I have the right Bombard on here? Okay. While I do prefer the other Bombard more, this one will work just fine. Sorry, I'm flailing a little bit. I've got like 10 things on my mind. Alright, so that might be legible. Y'all able to read that? Is that in the way at all? Alright, let's go ahead and
Undocking.
get this done. Bombard is the more efficient nanocore to use. Just takes a lot more time to actually make it completely worthwhile. I mean, this is level 41, and I kinda need it at level 45 to make it the best that it could be. Because I need that travel time between the...
We're under attack.
between me and the Centrum to be a lot
We're
quicker.
under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Okay, we're gonna pull these back here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and pull these back.
We're under attack.
We're waiting for that shield to come down. There we go. That little ding there indicates that the shield came down.
We're under attack.
We're gonna have a few seconds here where we won't have Bombard ready. It takes about 15 for them to travel.
We're under attack.
Not really. This one was pretty short range, so
We're
it's
under
okay.
attack.
We're gonna take a Chaos Storm, but we can tank it anyway.
We're under attack.
Gonna wait until the last minute here. There we go. And this is where Bombard really suffers.
Under attack.
When you are waiting on your cooldown, Bombard is painful. And you can see I still get about the same amount of time as I do with aerospace. So it's absolutely just a
Docking
choice
request
of what you
accepted.
want to do. Yeah, it's definitely flashy. It looks awesome. But until I get level 45, aerospace is just more reliable. I have to make sure I always disassemble and reassemble that, because the reset timer on that is really rough. Okay, this will be run number 3. Not every,
Undocking.
not every time will it be perfect, but that was probably about as perfect of a run as you could get with Bombard at my current level.
We're under attack. We're
Okay,
under
we are going to tank a Chaos Storm this time. We're just going to wait until
We're under
we
attack.
get through the shield, and then we'll use it. I don't want to waste the 15% extra damage I
We're
get
under
from Starbreak.
attack.
So funny enough, that ding did not actually mean that the shield was coming down. Interesting.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
And I really cannot wait to have this ship, like, fully integrated how I want it. It is going to be such an amazing ship. It's already pretty good as is, but I know it can get so much better. You can see we're actually, like, perfectly on pace with Bombard. Or at least my current setup with Bombard.
Docking request accepted.
So that's almost like a little too perfect for the comparison. There's a lot more effort that goes into using Bombard compared to Aerospace. Yeah, like, there's almost no difference between the three. Aerospace, Bombard, Aerospace. Now, once we get Bombard 45, we'll see a much, much greater difference in the two. I think with Bombard 45, we should be seeing closer to sub 3-minute runs.
Undocking.
I can't help but really enjoy the look of this ship. And the colors are so perfect. I love it. I love the sort of magenta to metallic blue coloration that I've got on here.
We're under attack.
The reason I changed the Aeon, there's actually a few reasons now as I sit here thinking about it. The main reason is because I have always wanted a Wyvern. I am a Calvary person. I really enjoy the design of the Wyvern itself. I enjoy a really good shield tank. I'm not so much into armor tank. It's rough for a super. But that would be the main reason why. Another reason would be the Wyvern can handle smaller ships much easier since it has the application bonuses on the fighters and heavy fighters compared to the Aeon, which has range bonuses. As a Dormant Realm ship, the Aeon was a lot more scary to use. One of those Chaos Storms would, okay, Jenna, that's fine. You sure you don't want him on Wave 2? One of those Chaos Storms would take out all of my shield on the Aeon, plus, like, 20% of my armor. It was terrifying. And then I would spend, like, the entire time trying to repair the armor of the Aeon. In one case in particular, I couldn't keep up, and I ended up paying like $1 billion ISK to repair the ship before the next time we went in. So, the Aeon just wasn't quite what I needed to be able to accomplish what I'm doing here. At least comfortably. It'll do it, but not very comfortably.
Docking request accepted.
Okay, let me make sure I've got everybody on this list here. Brown. Yeah, I think I've got everybody on this list. Other than, yeah, I've got William here. Okay, run number 5.
Undocking.
I do need to add Orbitus Trilla here. Okay.
We're
Okay,
under attack.
there we go. Ah, I'm messing up.
We're under attack.
I am absolutely surprised he has not dropped a Chaos Storm on me.
We're being warp scrambled.
I'm busy doing so much other stuff. I don't even need the Nosferatus, but I don't have anything else that I would actually want to swap out for.
We're under attack.
So... not really sure what to do with this.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I mean, I still prefer shield.
Under
A,
attack.
a fully tanked out Wyvern is going to way outlast something like an Aeon or a Hell
Under
or
attack.
a Nyx. I do believe that armor tanking can be very good, but it requires a lot more to actually do.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
I think both have their very distinct bonuses and pros and cons, I guess I should say. Neither one is necessarily better than the other, but I do find that shield tanking is easier than setting up like an armor fleet to make the same sort of survivability.
Docking request accepted.
Okay, this will be run number 6 for the current group. After that, we're gonna get 3 more people in here. Yeah, that's kind of how we are. A lot of us prefer shield, but for like a fleet,
Undocking.
armor is generally going to survive better under fleet conditions. And that's kind of the idea that we have as well.
We're under attack. We're being warp scrambled.
Luckily, there's not a whole lot that we've actually had to utilize it against.
We're under attack.
So I'm gonna try to get Prometeo, William, and Cjap in here, I think.
We're under attack.
So, given that you really like, shields, you can't really get any better than a Wyvern for tank. Or you could go with, like, the Hell for DPS.
We're under
The Hell is still fairly tanky, but it's gonna move around faster, it's gonna... It's gonna move around faster, it's gonna have better DPS, it just won't have as good of a shield tank. So the Hell is a great option. The same can be said kind of with the Aeon and the Nyx. The Nyx is gonna be that lower tank, higher DPS, better mobility. The Aeon is gonna be more tank, less capability to actually kill anything. I think the Aeon is actually the worst of the 4 supers. So I would definitely look at like the Wyvern or the Hell if you want to go
Docking
for
request
shields.
accepted.
Both of them will very easily handle any sort of like PvE content that you want to throw at it. The Hell will probably deal with PvP a lot better. Especially if you have like a fleet that you're working with. Whereas the Wyvern's more of a solo ship. The Wyvern is definitely more of a solo ship. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Let me get the next set of people in here. Alright, Prometeo, let's see if I can get you in here, if I can find you. Alright, we got Prometeo for an invite. We've got Cjap for an invite. And then I said I wanted to try to get... who was it? William. Yep, Okay, Cjap hasn't joined. Neither has Prometeo. So if I can't get him, then I'm gonna get Zekrom in here. I know I've got William in here. There's William. Okay, William's in. Now I just gotta get Prometeo. if he's gonna miss the invite, let's see if I can get CJAP as well. CJAP. If I can't get CJAP, I'm gonna get Encro. Okay, we got Encro. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 level 10s and 2 level 6s for this fleet.
Undocking.
So, William, tell me a little bit about why you were interested in the Aeon and the Wyvern. What particularly draws you to them? Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, you will have to skill into, like, heavy fighters and stuff like that at some point. These things are an absolute monstrous unit. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely work out.
We're under attack.
I'm not familiar with your particular corporation, but if your corporation does not respond to trying to save a super,
We're under attack.
then I would lean more heavily toward something that you know you can tank easier with for a much longer period of time, and that would be the Wyvern or the Hell.
We're under attack.
Both will do very well.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, it really comes down to your preference. This is a ship that is going to take probably almost all of your assets to get your hands on. Supercarriers are not cheap in any sense of the word. So, whatever you do choose, make sure it's something you enjoy looking at, and it's something that you enjoy, that you think you would enjoy flying. That is my best recommendation to you, is get a super that you enjoy looking at. And maybe more matches your normal playstyle. I'm a person that doesn't mind being really slow
We're
and
under attack.
not moving around a whole lot. So the Wyvern much
We're
more
under
fits my
attack.
style, where I like to just sit there and tank.
We're under attack. We're
But
under
something like a
attack.
Hell, while still very tanky, can actually get around and move around quite a bit. Same with something like the Nyx. Those two ships are very good at moving around and working around in a fleet as well. Nice. Yeah, the skills are definitely a struggle. I am nowhere near max skills for this thing, and I don't plan to be for a very, very long time. There are so many other projects that I'm working on, such as my Lucent Moon, that the skills for this thing just kinda are gonna sit where they're at for a while. The Lucent Moon needs to be my priority for me, because it's probably the one high-sec ship that I use 90% of the time right now. After that, it'll be any of my null-set dreads, on a separate account. So that account is scaling separately into all of the dreadnoughts and carriers.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, Aeon is a little bit hard to find love for. Even the Nyx looks absolutely amazing. But the Aeon is definitely a ship that only a mother can love. That's the best way to put it. But then, you know, like, you get the Aeon, and then if Titans come out, we'll have the Avatar, and the Avatar is literally the most iconic Eve ship of all time. Like, if I have a choice, which I hope I do, and if I have the chance, I really want to get into an Avatar or a Leviathan. Those are very, very long goals, and I should actually start trying to work toward that right now. Unfortunately, a lot of things catch my attention and I start spilling into those. Oh well. Right, one day I might have a Titan. I really want to. And I don't mind whether I have an Avatar or a Leviathan. Yeah, so far outside of range. We're probably still a long way away from Titans. I don't see a reason why they need to release it in the next couple of years. They clearly have a very well laid out plan for what they want to release and when. Because I have been surprised every single time. I was really thinking that we would have had Marauders by now. Unfortunately, that just doesn't seem to be the case. They really seem to hate releasing battleship-sized ships. I would love to have a Marauder at one point. But instead, we got the Lancer Dreadnoughts and the Bodyguard Dreadnoughts. Good ships, but not what I expected. Oh, rip.
We're under attack.
Yeah, we got, the 4... Well, we got the Wong Yu, the Kan Yu, and the John Yu. We also got... What else did we get in 2025? Definitely we got the Shanghai, but that's not subcap.
Docking request
Allegiance,
accepted.
yep. Marshall, we got Marshall at the beginning of 2025. So maybe we'll see Marauders pretty soon. That would be nice. But at this point, I feel like we need a new version of the, Nightmare. It would be sick if we had, like, a Logi Nightmare. That would be cool. That's a pipe dream right there. That'll never happen. Oh. Encro? Okay, so Encro is done. I'll get somebody else in here. I'm gonna try C-Jab. I'm gonna try Prometeo. Ascendant is so good. There is no better ship to choose than the Ascendant. If you're going for something like that. Otherwise, you can also choose something like a Lucent Moon. If you're gonna go for any of the... We do not want to give the Marshal any more reason to be 200 billion-isk. What else am I inviting? Who else do I have on this list? Orminus, Encro is done. I can get Corby in here. Corby was part of the original, thing. I don't know if Jinner is still AFK, though. So that's an alt. That's an alt. Yeah, if I can just get either Prometeo or Corby in the next couple of minutes here. I don't think Corby's gonna make it, though. And hi, Azim. I think I missed saying hello to you earlier. It's always my regulars I miss. I don't know how I do it. Alright, if I can't get any money, we're gonna move on to, get these alts here. I'm gonna try with Rogaka first. Yep, okay. Got Rogaka. Okay, so I can remove
Undocking.
this one, that one. Yours was called Balboa. Make sure I spell it right here.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Alright. Let me add anchor to this.
We're under attack.
You know, I've been back and forth on the Rahab. Very powerful ship, but it doesn't have the sustainability of the standard supers. Like, I've seen some really good and tanky fits for something like the Rahab, but it doesn't get the healing, it doesn't get the energy transfer, it doesn't get the same kind of damage transfer. I mean, the 400 billion extra ISK is a lot to ask for it.
Docking request accepted.
Like, if you could find one for, like, 950 to 1.1 billion, maybe. But it's still just not quite good enough, in my opinion, to justify the extra cost. And all of the extra skill points that you need for it. It takes a lot more skills to actually get into a lightweight, the tactical carriers, like the Rahab. Did I do this already? Let me do this again. Oh. Nope, we're on level 6 now. Best cost to benefit.
Undocking.
Between the Midgard, the Hades, the Superbia, and the Rahab. Man, that is a hard choice, but I think the Hades is the best.
We're under attack. We're under
And I can only really think about that because I see a lot more Hades kills and not very many people actually killing a Hades. So there's something there that, like the Superbia, we've seen many of those die now.
We're being warp scrambled.
We've only seen like one Rahab
We're
kill,
under attack.
and there's been a few Midgard kills. But the Hades is the one that, like, we rarely see die. Same with the Rahab. But the Hades is the one that's most often thrown into PvP. So it clearly has something going for it. Yeah, that's exciting, William. I know whatever super you choose, just make sure it's something you think you will enjoy looking at, and that you might enjoy playing with. It won't get a whole lot of use.
Docking request accepted.
I get to use my super carrier once a week for about an hour or two. Everything else during my week is going to be battleships and lightweight carriers. Oh, was I a little bit too fast? Let me, fix this. Yeah, sometimes we're sitting here chit-chatting, and we do forget about it. Yep, I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Congratulations, Trills. We just hit Tech 10 on the alphas yesterday. Congratulations. Man, what timing is that? That's awesome.
Undocking.
We're under attack.
He's gonna hit me with the Chaos Storm. There it is. Yeah, we're on level 6 now. I am out of level 10s.
We're under attack.
Yep, we are. Unfortunately, NetEase has limited us to 10 runs above level 7.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Right, so that should be all of the runs for William and Zekrom. You're welcome. Thank you for joining, Zekrom. William. And that should be all of your runs other than your alt. Let me see if I can get your alt and somebody else in here. You're welcome, William. Okay, if I can't get that one, I'm gonna get this guy. I just had a contact from him. Here we go. See if we can get your Balboa in here. Organist is ready. Okay. Let me see if I have him already in this mishmash. Hmm. Okay, so that should be everybody for this fleet. Okay, we'll have 6 runs. Yeah, it'll be easier, I think, if I invite you, William. I'll invite you, that character, after we finish the 4 more runs for, Rogata. Oh. Behemoth? Okay,
Undocking.
got it. I'll fix that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll be a lot easier if you send me a message. Why? I'm gonna have to figure out how
We're
to...
under attack.
how to get my
We're under
my
attack.
Swarm Supercarrier cover module to latch onto some of the players. I don't know if it's like a Logi ship where you have to be locked onto
We're
them
under attack.
and use your drones. Not really sure how that works, because I should be able to use this and get damage transfer off of nearby ships. That's something I have yet to figure out. Wow, how long is that like that? There we go. So this will have damage transfer stuff, but I don't know how to make it
We're being warp scrambled.
latch onto friendly players. I wonder if it requires... this. Maybe I have to follow the player to actually do the damage transfer.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
If you're trying to send me a message, you can send it to Orion_IKO, just like you see here. You're welcome. I think you've got one more left, right? I'm not mistaken, am I? There's a lot of people here, so I get confused whose character is who.
Undocking.
That is an I, not an L, in my last name. That is a capital I.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
Yep, there we go. I think you made it.
We're being warp scrambled.
Docking request accepted.
Right, let's get you in here. Okay, looks like we've got a couple of open spots here. Alright, so we've got Orbitus, we've got Behemoth. I think there is an island somewhere near Eistedard. I'm not sure what it would be called, though. Let's see, who else do we have? I think Orbitus, right? Yeah, Orbitus is in here. See if CJAP is on. See if Prometeo is on. I already got Encro, I think, right? Yes, I did. Encro is done. Corby is probably not gonna join in. Orbitus is done. Behemoth is done. We've got them in here. Okay. So if those two do not show up, I do not mind. Do I have anybody else? I know Dragon wanted to join. But I don't know if he's available. I think we're actually at the end of the list. Unless CJAF or, Prometeo can join in. Yep, no problem. I don't really think anybody else is here. This gentleman hasn't been here for a while. You know who hasn't been here in a while is Hyperion. Okay, clear out the list.
Undocking.
You're about to become my test subjects, by the way. Yeah, that didn't quite work.
We're under attack. We're
I don't
under
know.
attack.
It makes no sense to me.
We're under attack. We're under attack. We're under attack.
Alright, you're still my test dummies. I still need to figure this out. Unless I don't know.
Docking request accepted.
Alright, test subjects, come back in.
Undocking.
Don't know what the difference or how to make that work. What I'm looking for is these yellow lines to attach to these other two flares. Because I should have damage transfer
We're
on
under
target.
attack.
So if I like lock you,
We're under attack.
oh hell. Now you're dead. I don't know. We're just trying something.
We're under attack.
Winging it, I suppose.
We're being warp scrambled.
I mean, you're in my fleet, so it should work. I don't know. Because I think it would be really hilarious if I could keep you guys alive somehow.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Right, how many runs are you guys on? What are we at? Oh. Yeah, let me fix that. Hey, give me like a thumbs up or something in the fleet chat when you're ready. Yeah, I think Jinner is in a meeting or something.
Undocking.
This test is a failure, by the way. I did not reset my module.
We're under attack.
Yeah, you kind of realize how big a super is when you're that small next to it.
We're under attack.
And you're not even really next to me. You're still like a couple kilometers from the actual hole. Which is hilarious. Yeah, you really are just a tiny little speck down there. Like, I'm as close as I can. I'm as close as I can be with my, with my ship, but...
We're under attack.
Yeah, that's, quite impressive. You tend to forget how big
Docking
things
request
are in this
accepted.
game with the camera FOV. Oh, hell. I'm too quick for you. There we go. It's okay, it's my fault. I am way too quick at getting through my whole situation here. then if I could get, if I could get, like, 3 supers, we could do, like, 21 people through Dormant Realm 410 without having to go to level 6. No. $18 people. We can carry 18 people through 410 if I had 3 supers. Just waiting on Orphanus to hit ready. There we go.
Undocking.
I think I'm too fast on my reset.
We're under attack.
Oh well. I don't know what else to actually try.
We're under attack.
It would help if I turned on the rest of my... the rest of my modules. Yeah, I've tossed around the idea a few times. If I could get, like, 3 supers. But it took me 5 years to get the first one. Ugh. I expect it'll be another 3 years before I see another super. Or 2 years, at least.
We're under attack.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah. I mean, I can barely get out to null right now, so... I'm kind of judging based off of what we've been doing normally to make money. Oh, you're full on runs, Trilla? If you are, you can exit fleet. Yeah, we can cover that in a moment here. My, nanocore cost me about $350 to get my hands on. In the last event that we had, the Interstellar Bazaar. But everything from there was just stuff that I had gathered, over the 5 years. So you can see I'm not very high up here. I don't need to be. But I've got okay stuff for this. Not great, but it gets the job done. I'm working on the last upgrade. But it was about $350 to actually get my hands on the nanocore itself. And I was very lucky. Normally, most events, you're gonna end up paying somewhere around like $500 to $800 to try to get a super carrier nanocore. Just based on the average luck. Are you gonna go touch the sleeper?
We're under attack.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm from the US, so...
We're under attack.
yeah. Yeah, even that amount of money is like half of one of my paychecks. I get paid every 2 weeks, so... It is rough for me to kind of spend that much on one thing. But that should give you an idea of what I'm kind of making. And with that, I think that brings us to the end of
Docking request accepted.
all of the runs, right? Was that your last run, William? Or do we need to do one more? Alright. Well, thank you for joining in. I'm gonna try one last time to get Prometeo and CJAF in here. If they do not join, well, that'll be it. Oh, you have one more run? Okay, yeah, let's get it done. If you want to cry, let me find you. an image to make you cry. Oh wow, that is really big. That's what I spent on the last event. Across my characters. Don't try to do the math. I don't want to know. I already know the rough estimate. I will not do that again. That was really bad. But I had to do it because I got my super, so it was kind of like the one thing that I actually needed was a super carrier nanocore for the Wyvern. And now that that's done, I really shouldn't ever have to spend that kind of money again. It had to be done.
Undocking.
There are very few opportunities in a year to get hold of a super nanocore, and many less opportunities to be able to get one very cheap at that. I think this is actually the second event that we've had come around where you could get a theoretically cheap super carrier nanocore. Previously, all of the other events, you had to be like the single highest spending
We're under attack.
person on the server to actually receive it, or in the top 10. I think it was in like the top 10 spenders on the event to get your hands on a super carrier nanocore.
We're under attack.
So that was just never gonna happen for me. But this event came around, and I got extraordinarily lucky to get all 20 keys. Very, very inexpensive. I feel you. Luckily, I am a single person. I do not have a wife. I don't have anyone other than my immediate family. So I only answer to my own mistakes.
We're being warp scrambled.
I had heard of one site, but I think since then that site has been removed. I don't want to go too much into that though.
We're under attack.
I sure hope so. I need someone to keep me in line, and it better not be myself.
Docking request accepted.
I'm enough of a mess as is. Alright, well, it looks like that is the end of the runs for today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Let's have a look at what I earned. So let me jump over to Gina. We'll have a look at what I get from my boxes and do a little bit of math.
Undocking.
Yeah, that's true. You could do that. I don't know how much of a gray area that is. Because you're still working within the legal parameters of buying the Aurum from Nettie's. But theoretically, you might be banned on Google Play. I don't know. Also, it could look a little weird to your bank that you're now buying things out of, like, Cambodia. So you might have your bank shut down your account out of fear of fraud.
Docking request accepted.
So just don't. It's probably better that you don't. Alright. We are in Gina now. So let's go ahead and grab our boxes. Yep, it is incursion time. I don't know if it's high sec or not. I haven't seen anyone post anything on the Discord. Let's check real quick. Incursion looks like low sec, but let me make sure on that. Yeah, it's low sec. I've got to do this for the corp, so... There we go. That's done. Now we can check on what I earned. Yeah, see, that would make pretty good sense. If you had a lot of other things that you wanted to do and play and your country limited it, that is definitely a way to get that done. Alright, 153 million plus. Yeah, that's some pretty good drops here. Level 7 inertia stabilizer. That's pretty good. Level 7 tracking disruption. That's not very good. Focus crystal. Okay, no gold compilers, unfortunately. One Genesis, we did alright. Not the best ISK income. 150 million there. Is it actually better? I mean, it's kind of the same cost if I want to build it or sell it. Yeah, I used all my luck on the alphas yesterday. I should just build it. So I pretty much only made, like, about 400 million today. Or, like, 300 million on this character. Yeah, yesterday was such a good Dormant Realm day. And then you had pretty good time with, Sanchez, didn't you? Oh, I am actually maxed out on industry. That's funny. Alright. Well, yeah, about 300, 400 million from the loot, and then 150 something million from opening the boxes, so not bad, not great, but good enough. 3 weeks of that level of loot and I can pay off Omega Basic. So, not terrible. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, and be safe.